Hey everyone! If you're planning to sell a medical device in Hong Kong, then sooner or later you'll hear this term, Medical Device Administrative Control System, or simply MDACS. And most companies immediately get confused because one person says registration is voluntary, another says you need registration to sell, and someone else says Hong Kong is easy compared to China. So what's the truth? The truth is, Hong Kong may look simple on the surface, but many companies still fail, face delays, lose distributors, or waste months because they misunderstand the MDACS process. And here's the biggest problem. Companies underestimate documentation. They appoint the wrong local representative. They copy EU or FDA files without localization. They don't understand market expectations. Result? Delayed listing, distributor rejection, hospitals refusing products, lost business opportunities. So in this complete guide, we're going to break down everything. What MDACS actually is, whether registration is mandatory, full step-by-step registration process, device classification, local responsible person requirements, documentation requirements, timeline, cost breakdown, very important, common mistakes, real examples, smart strategies to speed up approval, and trust me, if you're planning Hong Kong market entry in 2026, this video could save you months of delays, thousands of dollars, and major regulatory headaches. Let's dive in. Part 1. Understanding MDACS. What is MDACS? MDACS stands for Medical Device Administrative Control System. This is the framework used in Hong Kong to regulate medical devices. But here's something very important. MDACS is currently a voluntary system. And this is where companies become confused. They hear voluntary and assume no registration needed, no compliance needed, easy market access. But that's not how the market works in reality. The practical reality. Even though registration is technically voluntary, hospitals often prefer listed products. Distributors prefer MDACS-listed devices. Buyers trust registered products more. Government tenders may expect registration. So practically speaking, MDACS becomes commercially essential. Real example. A European manufacturer entered Hong Kong without MDACS registration. They thought, we already have CE marking. But the distributor asked, is your device listed under MDACS? Result? Delayed partnership, lost tender opportunity, extra months spent preparing registration later. Key lesson: voluntary does not mean irrelevant. Part 2. Device classification. Before registration, you must classify your device correctly. And this is one of the most important steps. Hong Kong Classification System. Under MDACS, devices are classified into Class 1, low risk, Class 2, low moderate risk, Class 3, moderate high risk, Class 4, high risk. What determines classification? Intended use, duration of use, degree of invasiveness, impact on patient safety, whether device is active or implantable. Common mistake. Companies often copy EU classification, FDA classification, and assume it automatically applies to Hong Kong. That's dangerous, because classification logic may differ. Example. A diagnostic device classified as low risk elsewhere may receive higher scrutiny in Hong Kong depending on intended use. Result? Wrong submission pathway, additional authority queries, delays. Key insight: never assume classification transfers automatically between markets. Part 3. Step-by-step MDACS registration process. Step 1. Market entry strategy. Before submission, ask, are you targeting hospitals, private clinics, government tenders, retail distribution? This affects urgency, documentation depth, commercial strategy. Mistake: companies rush into registration without understanding their commercial goals. Result: wrong investment strategy, unnecessary costs. Step 2. Appoint local responsible person, LRP. Foreign manufacturers must appoint local responsible person, LRP, in Hong Kong. LRP responsibilities: communication with authorities, managing submissions, complaint handling, post-market surveillance support. Common problem: some companies appoint weak distributors, inexperienced agents. Result: poor communication, delayed responses, compliance risk. Key insight: your LRP can make or break your registration. Step 3. Device classification confirmation. Before submission, validate classification carefully. Document justification. Because authorities may ask, why did you classify the device this way? Required analysis, intended use statement, technical characteristics, risk evaluation. Step 4. Prepare technical documentation. This is where many companies fail. Required documents: device description, detailed explanation of function, components, intended purpose, labeling, and IFU. Must include warnings, contraindications, instructions, risk analysis. Usually aligned with ISO 14971, clinical evidence, especially important for Class 3, Class 4, QMS evidence. Usually ISO 13485 certificate. Common mistake: submitting generic EU technical files, incomplete risk analysis, poor labeling localization. Result: authority queries, rework, delay. Step 5. Pre-submission review. This is highly recommended. Before submission, check consistency. Verify completeness. Review claims. Mistake: skipping internal review. Result: small mistakes become big delays. Step 6. Submission to MDACS. Application submitted through LRP. Submission includes application forms, technical documents, certificates, labeling, risk analysis. Step 7. Authority review. The authority reviews safety, performance, classification, documentation consistency, possible outcomes, acceptance, additional query, request for clarification. Step 8. Query response. This phase is critical. Biggest mistake: slow response to queries. Result: delayed review, extended approval timeline. Smart strategy: prepare query response team before submission. Step 9. MDACS listing. Once accepted, device listed under MDACS. This improves market trust, distributor confidence, commercial opportunities. Part 4. Timeline. Realistic timeline. Preparation phase: 1 to 3 months. Authority review: 2 to 6 months. Total timeline: typically 3 to 9 months. What causes delays? Poor documentation, wrong classification, weak query response, inexperienced LRP. Real example. A company submitted incomplete labeling. Result: 4 months additional delay. Key insight: preparation determines speed. Part 5. Cost breakdown. Very important section. Typical cost areas. LRP fees: $2,000 to $8,000 per year. Documentation preparation: $3,000 to $15,000 plus consulting support. Depends on complexity. Clinical evidence support can increase significantly for higher risk devices. Hidden costs: rework, delays, lost tenders, distributor losses. Real example. Company tried cheap registration support. Initial saving $3,000. Final losses: delayed launch, resubmission, lost distributor. Total cost became much higher. Key insight: cheap regulatory support becomes expensive later. Part 6. Documents required. Full document checklist. Core documents. Device description. Intended use. Technical specifications. Labeling IFU. Risk analysis. Clinical evidence. QMS certificate. ISO 13485. Additional documents. CE certificate, if available. FDA clearance, if available. Free sale certificate. Important documents must be consistent, clear, properly formatted. Part 7. Common mistakes. Mistake 1. Assuming registration is unnecessary. Result: limited market access. Mistake 2. Wrong classification. Result: rework and delay. Mistake 3. Weak LRP selection. Result: poor communication. Mistake 4. Generic documentation. Result: queries. Mistake 5. No regulatory strategy. Result: increased cost. Mistake 6. Ignoring post-market obligations. Result: compliance issues. Key insight: most delays are preventable. Part 8. Smart strategy for success. Best approach for Hong Kong. Treat MDACS seriously. Choose experienced LRP. Prepare strong technical files. Respond quickly to queries. Think commercially, not just regulatorily. One line: MDACS is not just about compliance, it's about market credibility and growth. Planning to enter Hong Kong? Don't let wrong classification, weak documentation, poor strategy slow down your market entry. Why choose OMC Medical? Hong Kong regulatory experts. End-to-end MDACS support, faster approvals, strong documentation expertise, strategic market entry guidance. Whether you're launching your first device or expanding globally, talk to OMC Medical experts today. If this video helped you understand MDACS clearly, follow OMC Medical for more deep regulatory insights. And we'll see you in the next video.